Alright guys, welcome back to another episode. So on this episode we're going to be covering some more Dawn items. We still have the Dawn Flamethrower to go through, and I believe we'll have another item after this as well, but here is where we were at now. So the Dawn Flamethrower, we're going to compare it to the Sand Scorcher and the Dragon's Maw. So why I'm choosing these items. So the Dawn Flamethrower, brand new item, just came out. Gasoline, 999 round capacity, 3.25 to reload, 23 degree firing cone, and never critically hits. Must be level 25 to equip. It does about 658 damage at 124 reload, 100% elemental resistant penetration, so that's very nice. Hits 3 enemies. So the Dawn Flamethrower, that's what we got with it. Moving up to the Sand Scorcher, so 676 damage, and remember the Dawn did 658, so technically it does more damage at 124 reload, and it hits 4 enemies. Now, big difference here. If you notice, this says 100% elemental resistance penetration, whereas the Sand Scorcher does not have that, so keep that in mind. And then we're going to compare it to the Dragon's Maw, which does 629, so very similar to the Dawn Flamethrower at 658. And the Dragon's Maw also has 100% elemental resistance, or penetration, and it hits 5 enemies. So, you know, just looking at it, I would expect the Dragon's Maw to do more, but I don't know. So we're going to find out. And I'm not sure. I was seeing if it said anything about knockback or anything like that, but I don't see it. So let's see what happens here, guys. So again, this is the Dawn Flamethrower, and we'll keep it against the Sand Scorcher at first, and then we'll switch to the Dragon Maw. So without further ado, here we go. We are in the southeast zone. We're going to go out here and catch a horde, and then just see how this performs. We will set up for a 30% damage boost with a 15% attack speed. And again, that 15% attack speed is from me having 100 dexterity. So like if you look at my character, I have 100 dexterity, I get a 15% attack speed boost. So that's why that's on there. So let's go ahead and jump in. And if you guys haven't, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join our Discord in the description below. It doesn't cost you a dime, 100% free. Love to see your comments. And if you guys like seeing these videos with different damage boosts, let me know as well. So I do have the Arc 9 Tesla on just for this reason. In case things get crazy, I have a very good crowd control weapon. Oh, someone's messaging me. I gotta go into single player mode. For some reason, there we go. Which one am I testing right now? Alright, let's put this in single player. Alright, here we go. So we are in single player, that way we don't affect anybody else and we get an actual good reading. Oh, and some crazy news. So I had DSL before with 80 MB and 10 upload. I just switched to Starlink, so we're going to see how this works out. I downloaded something and it went at 400 MB a second, and I have 30 to 40 upload. But it says it should stabilize in about 24 hours, so I'll give you guys an update on that. Alright, so we got some attention here. Let's make some noise. And we're going to test out the Dawn Flamethrower, and here we go. Okay. Again, 30% damage boost, 15% attack speed. I'm not seeing a ton of knockback. You know, it is killing, it is doing damage, I should say. But I'm not going to say I'm blown away. You know, just first look at it right now, hurting them. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of damage. I'm not seeing a lot of health. Like that guy had a health bar. It wasn't getting drained. You know, it's kind of what I would expect out of a 30% damage boost with a flamethrower. Let's switch it up, and let's put on the Sand Scorcher and just see if we notice a difference as far as crowd control. I feel like the Sand Scorcher might have actually... I don't know if it has better knockback or not. Maybe not. It's so hard to tell. Here's the Dawn again. I think very similar. So this might have to be one of those items that we take to the wastelands. It's very hard to tell the difference there. Let me put on the Dragon's Maw because that was the one we thought might actually do some more damage here. Let me go out and back in. So the Dragon's Maw is the one that had 100% PvE armor penetration, and also it hit 5 enemies instead of 3. I feel like it shoots faster. I don't know if it really does, but maybe that's because it's hitting so many more enemies and I'm just seeing more numbers. Again, this is the Dragon's Maw. And this is the Sand Scorcher. And the Dawn Flamethrower. So, I would say this, guys. If you're down here, obviously you can deal with boards like I am. But these are going to be more for the wasteland. I don't think these are for down here in the in the southeast zone. These are probably more of your grinding weapons rather than your crowd control. So let's do this. Let me need to loot something so I can change my setup here. Try to find somebody I can loot. Oh, come on. Let's go ahead and go in here. Let's change our... Let's do 100 damage with 30% attack speed. And see if that makes a difference. So we're going from 30 damage to 100. Again, we're going to be using the Dawn Flamethrower. More attack speed. Now this seems a little more doable. Look at the health. Okay, the health's going down there. So I think it's going to need a little attention. I think to get the Flamethrower where it's comfortable, I think 100% damage with 30% attack speed is going to be kind of the sweet spot. Because again, now I'm actually seeing some returns on my damage. So yeah, I think that's actually where we need to be. Now let's check out the Dragon's Maw. Dragon's Maw is very comfortable as well, but it looks like it's so hard to tell, guys. It's going to have to be a Wastelands video for these. But crowd control, you know, I'm going to say it's not made for this. It's made for grinding. Let's try the Sand Scorcher again. The Sand Scorcher does a lot of damage. Did you guys just see that guy's health just diminish? I mean, his health literally melted. He melted. We have a horde now. This will be interesting. So we have 149 to kill. 148, 147. I mean, it's going down pretty quick. Let's change it up and see what happens. This is the Dawn. Alright, let's try the Dragon's Maw. You know, I mean, it's so hard to tell. They're all very similar. I think, guys, these are going to come down to the wasteland. So if you're looking for a crowd control weapon for the southeast zone, because you do a lot of looting, I would say you're probably going to want to look more towards the other items. You know, I think if you're a grinder or looking to grind, then you can start looking at these items. But again, we'll go over these in the wasteland. I'm just trying to get the videos out where I think people are going to use them the most. And yeah, I think that these items are probably going to be used in the the wastelands more than they're going to be used in the southeast. So, can you deal with a horde? Absolutely. We can kill a horde in the southeast zone with these weapons, but it's not comfortable. It feels dangerous, and it's just not something I would want to do. So if I'm choosing a weapon, I'm going to choose something else. Let's go ahead and kill these 55 that are left. 36. I mean, as you can tell, we're killing the horde. I mean, it's working. It's just, again, it's not as comfortable as the Arc, Tesla, or any of that. 5, 2, 1. Alright, horde is coming. Let's go up here for the hospital. Trying to get in here where I can hit escape and get my menu. This is the bad part about me having 3 explosives. It makes it very difficult for me to do that. Alright, so settings, we're going to go back into multiplayer. And let's go ahead and open our inventory here. Put on our Magstorm. Put on our Arc. And now we'll do some testing inside up here, just a little more calmer. I am in multiplayer mode just for some fun, because I think the answer is already discovered. You know, we're not going to come in here and do looting with the flamethrower. It's going to be more of a wasteland video. So I'm just trying to see some damage comparisons real quick. Again, this is 100% now with a 30% attack speed. Does it have an alt? It does not have an alt fire. And like I said, I mean, here it is. It's killing, not having much problems. But again, you know, we'll have to take these to the Wastelands guys and give these a Wastelands grind and see what kind of damage spec we get into. So anyway, if you're looking for a southeast zone looting weapon as far as, you know, dealing with the aggro and stuff, I would not recommend it. I would stay with the Arc Tesla, or the Hypercoil, or the Dawn minigun, or the Dawn AR. I probably would avoid this for that reason, unless you're working with like a 150% damage boost, and then it's going to kill them easy. But other than that, let me know your thoughts on this. And again, we will be doing a Wasteland video, so stay tuned for that. I'm just trying to get all the videos done in the Southeast Zone. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think about the Dawn Flamethrower. And until next time, you guys stay safe out there. Peace.